Hello, everybody. It's 7 o'clock and time for some more RimWorld, since it is Thursday and we do RimWorld on Thursdays. Um, yeah, so welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the new starting soon situation there. I think it's a lot better than the static screen that we used to have, and it did allow me to come in here with this paused and just do a little bit of design work on our kill box. What you saw in the video is not the whole thing. I did come back in, change some things up after I did a little bit more research on stuff, and this is what we've come up with. I'm really just gonna go over it super fast and to let you know what I have in mind. This is not anything that we are building in this episode, because it's expansive. But I think it's going to be awesome ultimately. So obviously you have your standard wall, like all the walls. You have your shooters stand behind them, and I made a little modification from what I saw online. I'm gonna have my melee people stand in between them, and they'll be behind barriers, and typically I won't have them standing there until we've got the shield belts researched and they are all equipped with those, so that they're nice and safe standing in the space. I don't know 100% that I need this door, and if I don't, then I can get rid of that and do barriers all the way across. The doors are going to be held open, so they won't really interfere with anything. But they will, if I remember correctly, support a roof. So we can take this large space and not make it open air. We can actually close it off and make it dark, so there'll be a penalty to movement speed from darkness. And then also, if they get stuck in this marshy soil, which is where they start, or this actual marsh part, which we're going to leave mostly alone, except where we need to drain it so we can put our granite walls down. It will slow them down even more, and that is the idea. And then obviously the snake and corridor will have sandbags throughout it, and then everywhere that you see a door along the edge, there will be a trap set, a wooden spike trap, and that will just deliver a little bit of damage and give biological enemies a chance to bleed out as they move through this space here. And then our people can come in and open this up and reset the trap without ever risking going through this themselves and springing other traps that have already been reset and being slowed down by sandbags and what have you. So yeah, that's why we do the doors. They're a little bit more resource intensive than just having a wall there, but it does give us an option for resetting traps, and allows us to combine a couple of pillbox designs. It is the semicircle design, so obviously it curves around here in an effort to focus firepower right there. And then I took these extra little corners and made little dining rooms out of them. Yeah, I found pretty much every time that I draft people for an extended period of time and just have them sitting here, once you undraft them, they get super hungry and they just pull out a meal and eat right there, and they don't get the bonuses from eating in a nice dining room. So we'll have dining rooms for them on the corners with some meals here if they don't happen to have one in their inventory. And there's enough seating here and here combined to seat 24 people. And in doing the math, I think there's going to be 28 shooters on this thing. So I think I'm going to be just releasing them in waves and not just all at once, so everyone doesn't bum rush the two dining rooms and just have nowhere to go. But yeah, so that's it. That's the Killbox plan as it stands. And you can see it just takes up a big chunk of the side of the base. But there's still plenty of room between the edge of the map and here. And yeah, everything else is pretty much the way it was before. There's the... Okay, okay. And see, I didn't want to do the kill box over here because, like, we have the river, but it's not centered with the door, so this one made more sense over here with the marshy soil. And you can literally force them through. I hate that it does that so much. I need to turn that off. But yeah, you can see down on the bottom, you've got marshy soil. So if they just make a beeline all the way up to here is marshy soil, and if they come this way, then they're like super screwed. And this way they can get out of it, but you can only do what you can do with the environment, and I think this makes a decent use of the soil. Also, you have more of the marshy soil over here, and I think a little bit more of it over this way. So it's all spread out and gives us, like, if they try to melee any of these side people, they're gonna have a hard time getting to them. So I think it works out. But today we are pressing on, working on making our first set of 4 rooms. And let's get to it. Let's go back. Nope. 3. There we go. And it's gonna storm. You gotta love that. Oh, jeez. It's like immediately. There's no rest there. Just right into it. So what we need to have happen is this tree needs to move, this tree needs to move, and this tree needs to move, so we can finish the walls here. Then we can dig out this and kind of extend this part. This is going to be the dining room. And with the mental health the way it's been, man, do we need a dining room. Like, super bad. And I am just going to crank my volume down just a touch, because that's super loud for me. I'm looking at the levels on the streaming platform, and yeah, it's not bad on there. So hopefully you guys are not being deafened by this, like, little flash storm we're having. Excellent. This will maybe burn out. Oh, it just burned itself out. Okay. That does not typically happen. This one's still going. And this side has a lot of wood walls, so that's not ideal. What are these animals? Monkeys? Monkeys. And now there's a heat wave with a giant fire brewing, so that's great. And it's starting to rain, so that'll put that out, so that's good. We don't have AC yet, so that kind of sucks. When research comes up, I know what I want to do next, and it's something that will take advantage of this little river section we have right here in our base. Major break risk. Who we got? Kagone. What's wrong with Kagone? Look at your needs. Mood is low. Food's good. You're just getting tired. And an increase in beauty would be a good thing, but yeah, comfort 0. That's pretty typical for starting out, though. Hopefully, once he gets indoors, he'll feel a little bit better. It looks like it's about time for everyone to sleep. We got a group from Isgalium are visiting the colony. And they have items to trade, which is great, because I have 97 silver burning a hole in my colony's pocket. Trogo is our trader for that kind of stuff. Let's see where these guys are at. I do feel bad waking him up because it messes with the sleep and everything, but also Hitheron, our newest person, has that iron plate armor on, and how great do they look in that stuff? Like, dang. Alright, go trade with Kiki. who appears to be a Jaime, unless that's a visage mask. No, it's a mask. Okay, so we can give them gold. We can give them this book, but we kind of want the book. And we could give them medicine, which we don't want to do, and components, which we also don't want to do. And yeah, I think we'll just buy some packaged survival meals here. Okay, I can afford 3, so we're gonna get 3 of those. That's great. I'll make sure that we have some extra food in case we need it. It's not and batteries are done. Excellent. Like I said, I know where I want to go from this point. We want the water mill generator, and it is available to research right now. And right after this, probably the geothermal power, but it is an expensive one, and we only have one thing, one of the steam vents that's going to be inside the base. So, and just barely, like it's like inside the wall. So we will start with the watermill generator. That's going to be perfect. Okay, research speed is multiplied by 50%. Project based cost 700 becomes 14 for you because of your tech level. Okay, well, what can you do? And then after this, oh, I should probably do air conditioning after this, right? Yeah, I think so. All right, but this for sure, get a nice consistent way to generate power. And I love how much wood we've got going on here. I did want to move one of our stockpile zones. We're going to copy the settings from this. We want one here, and we're going to do another one right here. And we're going to copy settings, and paste settings, and paste settings. Cool. So now those have the same settings as this, and we can actually delete this zone altogether and temporarily move our food storage up here. Now, realistically, this is for dry food storage. That's what it'll ultimately be for. And this will be the freezer, but, you know, clearly that's not set up yet, so. Okay, our visitors are leaving. That's fine, so we can get rid of this. I don't think we're going to hit the end moot before it expires. We need a lit campfire and or a ritual spot. This is a ritual spot. Yeah, I don't have a drum, so that's why I can't do the end moot. And in order to make a drum, I need cloth. I don't have any cloth either. Also, in an attempt to fix the mood stuff, let's work on the schedule. So you guys have probably heard of bimodal schedules, and it has to do with breaking up the day into 2 sleeping shifts so that people basically, like, their sleep meter is never all the way down. Hey there, Stomper535. How's it going today? Thanks for tuning in. But yes, so the bimodal sleep thing, it splits up the sleeping so their sleep meter is never at the bottom, and it also puts them, the idea is their quarters are in close proximity to like food and dining and stuff, so after they wake up from sleeping, they'll usually go eat. And so their food meter also typically isn't ever all the way at the bottom. And those two things bottoming out hits mood really hard. So if you can break up the day, it helps with mood management. So we're actually going to do a bit of that right now. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 blocks of non-sleep hours. And so what we are going to do is change 4 of these basically to anything for everybody. And then we're going to do 8 blocks of anything. And then 4 hours of sleep. And then it should be another 8 blocks of anything. And we'll get more specific with this. We'll schedule work and recreation and meditation. In some cases, a lot of meditation. More specifically, and like specific to each pawn, depending on what they need. If you have quick sleepers, obviously they don't need to sleep this much. But this just kind of breaks up the day. You have a morning and an afternoon. Mostly they're sleeping during the night and getting good at work. Good work done during the daylight hours, and actually sleeping through the hottest part of the day, which is an advantage in the jungle, especially during a heat wave. So yeah, like I literally have people heat stroking already. So we're gonna give this a shot. Should help with mood management quite a bit, I imagine. We've got people moving food over from here, and all of this is gonna get moved down eventually as well. And these plants should actually end up dying because there's no light in here, which is exactly what we want. We don't want plants growing inside our rooms for obvious reasons. Alright, so when they're yellow like this, well, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so one thing we do need to do though, since we have Trogo here, I need to find one of the people who is not part of the Endless Forest. I know Evan is not. Okay, Violet is not. And Pytharon is not. So let's start with Kevin. Come down here to the ritual spot and do a conversion ritual. Trogo, and we'll do, like I said, Kevin. Kevin won't attend due to extreme temperature in the ritual area. Okay, that's fair. Violet, also the same thing, so we'll do Hytheron, that's fine. Really, I'm just trying to get some development points for our stuff so we can allow mining without getting a mood penalty for it. Alright, the rescue of Hillary. Hillary contacts you and requests help. She's wounded and unable to move. Hillary is a 75-year-old logger who promises to join you if you rescue her. Hillary says that 2 man-hunting hares are wandering nearby, and there may be an unknown threat. Okay, I see. So it's one of these, like, super far away kind of things, and we just don't have the resources to get all the way out there. So I'm sorry, Hillary, but that is going to be a bit of a pass for the time being. Okay, effective conversion ritual is effective. The speech not only delivered solid arguments and visibly swayed the convertees' thoughts, but kept the crowd entertained as well. Everyone participating in the ritual gains +3 mood for 6 days. Okay. And these are the different factors. Due to the quality of the ritual, your development points have increased by 1, from 1 to 2. And I think I need 10 before I can, like, do anything, so that's going to be a slow process. But I look forward to getting it when it's there. Who needs rescued? What's wrong with Violet? Like, just go rest. You got the heat stroke for sure. I think that's it. Just a minor heat stroke. But I think her biology does not love heat. Certainly doesn't like sunlight, so... I mean, I get that. I don't love sunlight either, honestly. I don't really, like, go to the beach or do a lot of that kind of stuff. Is Kevin even cooking? Okay, Lobster's making stuff. Hithron's making some blocks. We like making blocks, that's good. We are storing all that out here for now. Oh good, and then we tore down the monument and scraped up the floor, so there's more food here, and we have baby chickens, which is amazing. How much can this support? Probably not a ton more, honestly. We need to decide exactly how many chickens we want in here. So we go to animals and go to the auto slaughter, and this is where the better auto slaughter thing comes in. It's the one mod that I'm running, and it's oftentimes pretty necessary, but let's see. So currently we have 8 chickens. There's 1 adult male and 3 young males, 1 adult female and 3 young females. Well, that's well balanced. I appreciate that. For the adult males, that gives us 8 total. I think we could pretty easily support 10 with the natural plant growth that's in there. So let's say max will be 3 adult males. Or no, I guess 2 adult males. And we'll do 3 young males. And then for females, we kind of want more adults than we want young, because like we want them laying eggs. So we're gonna do 4 females and just 1 young female. So we're actually going to get rid of this restriction for now, and we'll put that in place once we've kind of hit the 4 adult female limit. Alright, we'll just let the animal people take care of that whole situation for us, and it won't be anything we have to worry too much about. So, steel club, let's go ahead and move that. Yes! 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 Okay, a Gauranlen pod has sprouted nearby. Harvest it to collect a Gauranlen seed. Man, I'm probably butchering that. Gauranlen? Let's go with that. Gauranlen. The special seed can be used to plant the majestic Gauranlen tree. Yes. The colonists can connect with Gauranlen trees. You know what? Let's just call them G-trees. That's going to be so much easier. G-trees. And make them spawn resources and helpful dryads to work or fight for you. Yes. We need dryads to sprout, make wood for us. Like, we're doing okay right now, but the burnt stumps are not going to last forever. So, jump to location. Give me leopard I don't care what you're doing right now. This is now your primary thing. Can you haul? You can haul. Perfect. Alright, get your butt down here and come get this seed. But it is vitally important that we get this in the ground right now. Okay, nope. Don't leave it there. Okay, we can fix that. We need to see exactly where this is. It's next to this steam vent. I can find that again. I see. Okay. Not just for now. Is an item? Yes, it is. Okay. So we're going to allow those to be stored in the food storage for the time being. Come down here. And you're going to haul that right now. Yeah, we've needed this so bad. Like, if you've been watching, then you know. Alright, and the plan is to plant those in between the fields. So, I think the first one kind of puts it in a bad spot. Nah, I think it'll be fine there. So we're going to grab this. We're going to plant it. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I literally need to cut this out in order to plant it here. Let's do that. Alright, I'm gonna have her, like, she's got other stuff to do, but for me, this is kind of like a priority thing, so. Like I said, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, near artificial buildings will cause its connection strength to decay over time. Maximum number of dryads the Gauranlen tree can support at once. Are you sure you wish to plant here? Yep. Because this won't always be here. In fact, it wouldn't hurt us to go ahead and do that real quick, but I need her to plant this, like right now. Like, we can take the wood and just like make wood walls around it and get rid of the ones that are here. So here's the circle. We're gonna grab this guy. And basically we're gonna want that to go up to there. We need to extract this tree and extract this tree. Alright, and then right along here. Make as much of that granite as we can, and the rest wood, I guess. Alright, and like I said, kind of the same thing for here. As much granite as we can, and the rest out of wood. Alright, everywhere that there is a tree that's going to be in the way, we're going to extract that and disallow that particular wall segment. And right here looks like. Okay. I guess it will. Okay, and just disallow these segments that are going to be going over stuff. And then we also need to build ourselves a little bridge here, so we can finish the wall corner right there. Okay. That's that. And then once we manage to get this built, we can tear this down, which means we do need to build a copy of this right here. And that will keep us outside the area for the tree. And when the final building is done, like this will be fields, this will be fields, and this won't be near any buildings. So that'll be perfect. We need to do a tree connection ritual, and I need someone who is not leopard to do that. Let's see who else does the plant growing and cutting. That would be Lobster. He is currently our crafter, so that's a terrible person to assign to this. Olkai is a constructor for us, basically. And it looks like he's our best constructor, of course. So what we'll do is when he's not constructing, he can do plant cutting. And then that way, there's a big construction project, he can work on that, and then otherwise he can be connected to the Gauranlen tree and working on getting us dryads and all of that. Alright. I'm so excited we got one of the trees. Like, that's huge. He cut down. I apparently missed a tree and he cut it down, so. I wish that they would, like, more stringently follow their precepts. If you know what I mean. Like, if they have a precept against cutting down trees, I wish that they would, like, try harder to not cut down trees. I don't know, in my head that kind of makes sense, but... Trogo. We've had some issues with Trogo's mental health, so let's... What do you need here? Running low on food. Probably eat something. Getting his recreation up, though, so that's good, I guess. And we're now up to moderate expectations. That's terrible. And he's having a tantrum. At least it's not a murderous rage or anything, because then you have to arrest him, and then he loses his role, and you have to, like, reassign the role, and it's a whole thing. Pen's not enclosed. Great. Fix that. I mean, thankfully the base itself is pretty well enclosed, so... Done already? I don't hear him beating anything up. He went to sleep. That's good. Powdered Apparel, Kevin and Violet. Yeah. That's why we're growing the Devil Strand, so we can make some new clothes. Only 65% done though. Devil Strand takes so long to grow. Like, it's just an outrageously long time. Okay, hey, I literally just noticed that these were done. I was like, what? When did this happen? Alright, so let's plant that there. Replant this guy here. Get this guy up here. Mostly I'm just replanting everything up here because it's kind of out of the way for me for right now. The hard thing about the tree extraction, like, yeah, it's a good way to get around the whole, like, you can't cut down trees thing, but if you extract them and then they die before you have a chance to replant them, then you still get the mood penalty and you get less wood from them. So, like, it's even worse. So yeah, we are just trying to not have that happen as much as possible. Okay, these ones are ready also. Means we can now allow all of these blueprints, which is great. And yeah, it is a bit of a trek to carry all of these up there, but gets them out of the way. Right now, just getting them out of the way. I'm not even sure I'm going to keep the don't cut trees precept. I might make that just a role-playing thing. Like, we try not to cut down trees as much as possible. Because it is hard to work around. But yeah, the stone, the mining one, that needs to go for sure. Like, as soon as we have a chance to restructure the Ideologian, that's 100% going to change. We'll probably take a look at a couple other things too. I think I have like something in there about not slaughtering animals, which is going to be a hard thing for us. Because like, I do like to have labs and they like meat occasionally, and meat's just a good source of food a lot of the time too, so yeah, we'll work on it. Alright, so now basically just waiting for this to get finished. And like I said, we can tear this down once this is done. And I do love that you can build these bridges and then build a wall on top of them. That is a pretty cool thing that you can do. And everywhere that we have to do that, we have to do wood walls. So all of these river spots where it's going to be like solid wood wall across, we're going to have to reinforce that. Oh, thank God the heat wave's over. That's good. That is very good. And it's getting to be nighttime. It does seem like the mental breaks are less frequent and less severe. So, huzzah for the bimodal sleeping schedule. I am a fan. And that's out of wood, so hopefully... Alright, a group of wasters from Venom Party have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while, then attack. Prepare a defense, or attack them preemptively. Looks like we've got at least 2. Alright. What can you tell me about you? Got some... Oh, flak vest. And tox grenades. Jeez. That's a pretty rough setup. And then more tox grenades. And yeah, just normal clothes. They do have a duster, but it's just like a poor cloth duster, so not the best armor. They have a normal cloth duster. It's a little better, but this in particular is that's a nasty little bit of stuff there. But they need to prepare, and we've got other stuff to do, so... Oh, good. Violet is no longer incapable of walking, which is great, because we'll need her to help us defend the base. And basically come down here and do that. What we should do is put a melee person here, here, and here. Okay. So yeah, let's draft everyone besides Kevin, because Kevin is... Violet, I believe, is our steel mace person. Steel club person. So Trogo is definitely our #1 melee person, so he's going to go here. Okai can go here. And then... Looks like I don't have another melee person. It will be Violet when she grabs her club there. So she'll go over here. And then we've got Kagon. He's going to be right behind the main person, because he's the only gun wielder I have. And we'll do Ithron next to him. I believe tree, so that'll be leopard, and then lobster, and go right here. And let's watch to see when she grabs that. Okay. Then she can head this way. And where is our Venom Party person? Oh, come on. That's not cool. Setting fire to our wall. Like a jerk. This guy's dead. Alright, is he running? Is he coming over this way? So what I want to do is actually have Kevin... Perfect. He's actually already going to put out that fire. Wonderful. Alright. Trogo. Let's stun him again. There we go. And now he's dead. So everyone can undraft. And let's check health for everybody. You're good. Bruise. Bruise. Permanent crack on the spine from a knife blade. Jeez, that's rough. Is that one of these guys? Those, no. Boss. Cagone is good. Leopard is good. Violet got a bruise. And that's it. And Hithron is totally good. Ox grenades, we're gonna grab those. Go juice, we're not going to grab. That's not what we're about here. And those bodies will just get added to the pile over here. We're going to speed back up to 3. Alright. What? No, don't, no. This is what happens when you're not paying attention. Wait, no, stop. Okay. Lobster's food binding, that's actually okay. Honestly. Did we cut down the Gauranlen tree? Oh my god. Why? Are you kidding me? Oh, they cut down the Gauranlen tree. Well, seems like that was an exercise in futility. Let's just break this stuff down so we're ready to go next time. Oh man, that's so frustrating. Just unbelievably frustrating. And Lobster is overdosing. Okay. It's a minor one. It supercharges combat-related abilities and instantly increases psi focus when first injected. Plus 20% consciousness. Honestly, like, he'll be a pretty solid worker once he stops food binging with the drug in his system, but then the coming down off of that is going to be rough. And okay. Roof collapse, right. Let's remove roof. This whole section here. Forgot there was roof on top of those. Doing great. Okay. I'm so mad that they cut down the Gauranlen tree. That's like really frustrating. Alright. Alright, Lobster's no longer picking out on food, which is excellent. As much as this as can be marble should be marble. And then the rest will be wood. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Why would they cut down the Gauranlen? See, this is what I'm talking about. They have a precept about not cutting down trees, and then just, no matter what, if there's a tree in the way, they'll just cut it right down. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, your religion doesn't believe in cutting down trees. Like, at least, like, warn someone. doesn't make any sense. Yes, this can be roofed. Okay. Acelus's Vagabonds. This is another refugee group, I don't know. A group of 6 desperate refugees are approaching, consisting of Acellus and 5 children he has taken under his wing. They say they were banished from their town due to moral disagreements. I mean, if the moral disagreement was that you hate cutting down trees, and they wanted to cut down trees, then yeah, this is the perfect place for you. Acellus begs you for permission to stay at Greenhaven for 7 days so they can rest and regroup. In return, they offer to work and fight for free during that time. Now, it's kids, so probably not going to betray, but I'm still iffy from the last time. You make them happy, some of them may offer to join you. They may also reward you later for helping them, but there's no way to know their true intentions. Yeah, apparently. These refugees are not part of any faction. If you wish, you can choose to kill, arrest, sell, or harvest them without diplomatic consequences. Well, I'm not that kind of person. It's not the kind of place I'm trying to run. Honestly, though, I am going to accept. So we could use the help. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we are going to reinstall this bed here. And this bed here. So no, cancel that. And then we need to make sleeping spots for the rest of them. These are going to be temporary. So there was 6 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And we're able to bed 2 of them. We need 2 sleeping spots also. And then I want to have you construct a bed here and a bed here. Like, if I can give them real beds to sleep in, there's a good chance that they'll stick around. Oh no. Ravager has the flu. Alright, that's for our medical people to take care of. Okay, well they're super fast on building the beds, so I'm gonna deconstruct 2 of these sleeping spots and build copies of the beds. How are we doing on wood? Okay, we are running a little low on wood at this point. Hopefully we have plenty of food to take care of these guys. It's only for 7 days, it's not like a hugely long stay. Also, let's adjust their schedule accordingly. Oh jeez. Mouse control is not where it needs to be tonight, apparently. This should help them manage mood, make them happier, make them want to stay more. And now let's look at the work schedule for these folks. Okay, Cave Explorer. And it looks like Baseliner. Okay, one of the kids is a pigskin, that's great. Baseliner, 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 and Baseliner. So this would be the first pigskin in the colony if we can get them to stay. Their name is Eater. That's kind of funny. And then we have Thecla, Ignatius. I'm going to assume that T is silent, so Zemiscus and Roduscio. Roduscio. Okay. Like we say, we're going to clear out everything on all of them. This is our custom. I don't know how old any of the kids are or what exactly they are capable of. It seems like pretty much everything. Seems like they can do pretty much everything. Nice of this guy to take them under his wing. Especially out here on the rim. That's a whole thing. Yeah, I really hope these ones don't betray me. That would be so frustrating. I can't. I wouldn't be able to handle that, I don't think. And hopefully the narrator's not going to pull the exact same trick twice. But you never know. Okay, so as per usual, let's check out their medical skills. 0, 2. Alright, so Thecla has some skill, but no interest, so we're not going to make anyone do anything they're not interested in. So we're going to do number 1 on all of this stuff for everybody. Nope. Alright. This is based on the social skill, right? Yeah. Honestly, doing childcare just helps you build your social skills, so making everyone do it is really a good thing. And most people are terrible at it, which I can identify with. Okay, Celius, he's a construction person, essentially, but he does a lot of mining. So, and art. Well, you're not going to be doing any art. So this is going to be your number 2. Mining. With construction as a 3 and research as a 3. And hauling and cleaning as 4. Peter doesn't have any particular skills. I think he's too young to do anything else, so you are basically going to haul and clean. That's your job for now. No particular interests for Thecla, so we're going to have you haul and clean. Alright. Ignatios. Growing, mining, and plant cutting. You know what you're going to be doing. Okay, and then you want to construct, or tailor, or craft. But not smith. Oh, you're not old enough to smith. I gotcha. I gotcha. So we'll do construct first. You have interest but no relevant skill, so we're not going to have you do any of that. Honestly, unless you, like, become a permanent member. And Rodus skill has no particular interest, so hauling and cleaning. Wunderbar. Alright, that has everyone sorted. Get to work. So obviously there are certain ones that I would like to stay. The plant cutter would be an excellent choice. He's working that now. He is slow. That's okay. And actually, let's check the traits for everyone. Undergrounder, body modder, and nimble. Okay. Undergrounder, industrious, recluse trigger, happy wimp. Trigger happy hard worker. RimWorld fast learner. Ooh, fast learner, that's great. That's why he's the cook. And then he's got double passion for cooking, so like he's just really, really fast learning all that. Body modder, masochist, and tough. Oh. Okay. Yes. Masochist is kind of good, because like you can make them uncomfortable and that makes them happy. So I think if we look right now, we should fully... Masochist in serious pain. And that has to do with like some of this stuff. The aching, itching, aching, scarification stuff. Yeah. So like, she's just happy because she's in pain, but she's a masochist, so it works. Spacious interior, they like that. Wielding a steel club apparently is a good thing for their religion, I guess. Until converted. Got some happy youngsters in place, and you're scarified, which is another belief thing. So yeah, like, Violet doesn't really have mood breaks so much. Alright, so you are... Oh, so here we go. Hithron, quick sleeper. So technically we can go into the schedule here, and Hithron can actually wake up an hour earlier. She just doesn't need that much sleep. Or he doesn't, sorry. Hithron is a he, despite the haircut. And then Celius, Bio, Pyromaniac. Oh my gosh. These people. Okay, there is a way to fix it. If you have biotech installed, if you give them the pyrophobia gene, they will never start fires. Like, it just discounts the pyromaniac thing. But then if they're in combat and then fire comes, they like bolt. They run away. They won't stay there. So for me, I would rather have a person that I don't really use in combat that doesn't set my base on fire all the time than someone I can use in combat that is trying to start my base on fire. So hopefully he doesn't stick around, but some of the kids can stay. Eater is a body purist. Wow, okay. I usually go transhumanist, and body purist is just terrible for that. But the pigskin thing gives me access to a lot of good genes. There's no way around it. Like, you're just gonna have mood penalty because... just because. So... yeah... that'll be, if he stays, that'll be an interesting one. Oh, Ekla, masochist, again. Very useful. Slow learner, don't need that. Really don't need that. Okay. Hilarios. The Miskies. Chemical interest is an okay one. We can... it's just a mood penalty until you can get them, like, Psych IT or whatever. So it's not a huge deal. Quick Sleeper is good, though, so let's put her on the same schedule as Hithron. And what about you? Nudist and tough. Okay. Enjoys the feeling of freedom that comes from being nude. She can handle clothing, but will be happier without it. I mean, yeah, so. And the gear right now, yeah, she's fully nude, so. If it makes her happy, I guess that's fine. I'm not using her for combat because she's a kid. But like, as an adult, she's gonna have to wear armor if she sticks around. So maybe we don't want her either. If I remember from the work screen, I think she's just hauling right now, so wouldn't be that big a loss if we did not get her. Okay, perfect. So we can get rid of these, and I would like to move these over. Alright, so now they'll have beds, they have a roof. Component mining work site nearby. Yeah, they can do that if that's what they want. Refugees arrived, we can get rid of. Low food. I mean, it's been worse. And it looks like this is almost done growing, so that's great. This obviously has a long way to go yet. And we can always go and harvest... Alright, let's use the farming command. That'll help anyone else that's doing farming that's nearby. Like Ignatios here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we can always go and harvest berries if we need a little boost on food that's coming in. We also have eggs coming in, which is great. 8 o'clock, so we are an hour in. And 1 hour in, we now have this set up here. What we want to do, if we can, is actually shrink this zone. And we're going to grab... We do want marble walls as much as possible. Like that. And we can get rid of these. Oh yeah, got lots of marble. That's good. Alright, then what we want to do now is do some orders. Have someone mine out all of this. Yeah, I know trees don't like mining. It's one of the things I would like to change, but I need the space, so we're gonna have to do it. Get your break risk. That's the leopard. What's wrong with you? You are hungry. Makes sense. Hopefully you'll go get some food after you plant this tree. Yeah, consuming corn. Perfect. Manhunter pack? Pack of man-hunting monkeys. Why is it always monkeys? Have entered the area, driven insane by the disease known as Scaria. Cool. Looks like there's maybe 4 of them. Emerald, right there, that's cool. So let's take a look at wildlife. And yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're pretty much going to attack right away. This is their custom. We are going to draft everybody, except Leopard right now because she's eating. Lobster, Olkai, Trogo, Kagon, Violet, and Hithron. So, Trogo goes here, Olkai here, and Violet here. And Kagon right here. Right here, and lobster right here. And once leopard's finished eating, we can draft her. And she can come stand behind Hithron. And the monkeys should show up eventually. Of course, they're going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, that's one. Rest of them coming anywhere? Or... Okay, it's literally just showing me the one. Not helpful. Okay, that's two. I'm sorry, I'm not leaving them drafted this whole time. Just go do your stuff. Let's go to wildlife. Alright, we're gonna hunt that guy. And this one, we're gonna hunt this one. Work side hunting is Hithron. Yeah, we can take care of that. Excellent shot, has a recurve bow. We're risking breaks by just keeping them all there, so we do not want to do that. Okay, Trogo's fully healed, that's good. Yeah, managing that mental health early game, it's a tough gig. That's like one of them got themselves killed somewhere along the line. So there's but one left. Alright, extra health. Gonna send anyone to help her. I mean, maybe. It was close. Anybody? Celius is right here. Peter's right here. There's your person, so... Go melee attack the monkey, if you would please. It dead? Good. How are you looking? No immediate danger. Beast. Oh, I do have to watch that. Sometimes it can develop into a worse situation. Low drone for females. That's not the worst thing in the world. And food policies. Set them for no drugs. Just so they know how this place runs. And I don't want them carrying anything better than herbal. And I don't want them treated with anything better than herbal. Industrials are for, like, Should have done that when they first got here, but I forgot about it. Okay. She just got treated. Oh, she'll be good to go. Was interested in melee combat. I saw that, so there you go. That's what melee combat's like. Enjoy, kid. Okay, now we have this room. And what we want to do is build a dining table. So let's work on that. Slab double bed. That's not what we want. Yeah, 3x3 table. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8 plus 6 is 14, so we actually want something a little bigger than this. So if we do a 2x4, no, it's not going to fit correctly in the room. Dang it. We do a 1x2. I'm going to decide exactly how to go about this. You know what? Let's do the 3x3. We'll start there. And if we need more space, we'll add it to the sides and what have you. Like, let's get a proper dining area set up right here. I wouldn't mind putting down some flooring also. I don't know what this will support. Do slate tile? I'm guessing this does not support the weight of slate. So that'll be a moisture pump thing to do later as we're able. For now, probably just wood floor in that space. Oh, we can't put flooring down at all. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we'll make this as nice as we can for the time being. And one thing that we'll want to do, looks like we've got plenty of marble stacked up, a little bit of granite. If we come over here to the wood cutter, or the stone cutter, we want to make slate blocks. We're going to do that forever. And since we want flooring, we're going to move that to the top for a little bit. Okay, Violet has gotten a corpse obsession. I was literally just talking about how she never has mental breaks. How did that happen? Sad youngsters, disturbed sleep. No recent conquests. Oh, the psychic drone. That would do it. You're hungry. Well, eat some food. Crazy. Alright, where are you gonna put this guy? Okay. So let's allow. And whoever is nearby and not yet asleep, that we don't want to traumatize forever. If you could rebury this guy. This was my first prisoner convert, and like he died almost immediately, so how that goes sometimes. Nicola's gotten sick from infection. She'll probably be fine. I'm just like, she'll be fine. Let's move on. Yeah, we need more food, don't we? So we had a berry bush around here somewhere. Let's zoom out. Okay, and slate those for harvest. Bring in some extra food. So can you help this person? Natios is not doing great with the harvesting. They're learning the planting stuff by watching, so that's good. That's one of the cool systems with the kids, I think, is that they kind of like follow people around and learn from them as they work. Get your break risk for who? Celius. What's wrong with the Celius? Needs some food. Go eat something. Okay, he's going to consume rice now. That helps. Hide room. Okay, yeah, the low psychic drone is a rough one. Ignatios. Are you sad because you suck? Like, go eat then. There's literally food right here. Okay. And now he's picking out on food, which sucks because we don't have that much of it. Bulk goods trader. Yeah, no one's attacking anyone. Don't want to anger factions. Or any of that. I don't know that we have a lot to trade, honestly. Marble blocks, maybe? I'm going to need those, though. We do have herbal medicine to spare. Alright, so let me grab Trogo. And see if we can get something useful. Oh, wait, the Entmoot opportunity is still up in the air. We could get enough cloth for a drum, potentially. Actually, that would be fantastic. Do you buy herbal anything? Okay, I have 7 male chicks. I don't want that many male chicks. So we can get rid of like 3 of these. And we've got 5 female chicks again. Don't want to have that many. Get rid of a couple of those. And just 1 adult each, so we're going to hold on to the adults. That gives us 85 silver to work with here. I could sell them Ravager, but I don't want to do that. Wouldn't get a good price right now because he's sick. Corn and rice we're going to need. Components we will eventually need. Steel we will eventually need. A book I want to hold on to. We could sell the gold, but that's going to be useful eventually. I think I really just need cloth from them. I have no idea how much I need for the drum. So really just get as much as you can. Up to like a full stack of 75. Okay, I think that will get us there for sure. Let's do that. Now we have cloth. Let's make a drum near our ritual area. Theology, drum. We need 30, which I have. It says I don't have enough wood. We'll have to see what we can do. This is slate, right? Where'd we get all the... I guess they've been cutting blocks for it. Oh, we literally just had new ones hatch. Nice. Okay. What is this? Oh, the book. That's the book. I was like, is that a bed? Why is that there? Glad he's no longer picking out on food. That helps. That does help. We do need more wood. How long do we have before this opportunity is gone? It says it expires in 9 days, but it has continued to say that for a while. So let's see. Begin Entmoot. It does say that it's still available. Oh, it says it's disabled. It's date specific, so this is over. That was a bit futile, but at least we'll have the drum next time it pops up. Oh, they must have been social fighting. That kind of makes sense. Okay, water mill generator research is finished. That's excellent. Now let's get air conditioning running. I'm not sure how exactly we move the quote-unquote tech level forward. Probably just researching these lower tier things. And up to, like, right here. But yeah, we're gonna need that soonish, so let's pop over here. Architect, we're gonna go to power. We now have water mill generator. Awesome. Need 80 steel to make one of these. Let's see where would be the best place for it. But I kind of want it to be in, like, one of the field sections here. Like, this would be a good place for one, obviously. Like, this would be a great place for one, but it's across the river. I could run power lines with bridges across, but I'm not sure I want to do that. We do have access to waterproof conduit already. We'll put one here. Takes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, it looks like. Let's just assume. Okay, they will interfere with each other too. We're going to cancel that. If I was going to put one here, I want to center it, basically. Yeah, we can do that. Now, that box, is that like, you have to leave it completely open? Because I'm going to be building buildings there eventually. Makes it less ideal for what we're doing. Or is it just like the majority of that should be water? I'm really not sure how to take that. Anyway, it'll provide power for now, which is great. And obviously we're going to have a waterproof conduit. Well, we're going to run regular conduit as far down as we can, followed by waterproof as far as we need to. And that will connect power across the river, and we can take that up to wherever we need to take it. I know, they're cutting down trees. I kind of like can't be bothered to move it yet. What's the medical emergency? Okay, infection is extreme at 80%, and immunity is at 87.4%. Yeah, hopefully. Immunity is currently outpacing the infection, but 80% infection is pretty rough. Alright, we got a gift from a glassing. Ooh, components, thank you. Okay, farming command is ready for a leopard, that's good. Okay, we almost have immunity. Hold on, Thekia. Oh, it's so close. There we go. Developed immunity. Medical emergency over. A little closer than I'd like, but like, that's the whole thing about being in a jungle. There's a very real infection risk with living in a jungle, so I'll just beware of that, I guess. Plants, 8%. I do need a new zone. Stockpile zone. Put it here. And we're going to copy the settings from here and paste them here so I can get some stuff moved around. Like this cloth that we paid for, we want to make sure it doesn't deteriorate. Okay, she's going to rest. And then when she wakes up, we'll probably activate the farming command again, just so anyone near her can get a boost. I think we're handling the extra food load pretty well. We don't have as much as I'd like, but once the corn comes in, I think we'll be good. We've been getting milk from Ravager and eggs from the chickens, and that all helps. Trying to see if anyone like actually gets near her. No point in using it unless someone's actually around. You know, someone farming. Like if someone's around here cleaning stuff up, that don't matter. Alright, we're gonna leave that alone for now. Alright, dining room is coming right along. Okay, so Trogo... Okay, just 8 in the dining room. So... Tree surroundings, that's good for him. Spacious interior, quite comfortable. That's from the chair. Recreation satisfied. Moderate expectations now. Yikes. Well, we are working on it. Yes, we are. And let's go ahead. Let's move these. We can get this enclosed. We still have plenty of marble, right? Yes. Alright, we've got... We haven't put any resources into this yet. That's interesting. Oh, I see. They built the conduit. We'll have to move this grave. I don't know where we want to put those. Maybe like up around the corners and stuff. Alright, first of all, we can chop this since it's broken. And let's work on replanting these. Yeah, the extracting and replanting is a little tedious, especially in a jungle with so many trees. But avoiding the mood penalty is kind of worth it. I can't believe they shut down the tree. I'm still upset about that. Alright, now that that is done, let's grab a marble wall here. Build a copy. Do that here. And we're literally going to do all of that here. Now... the doors for this are going to be kind of interesting. We're going to leave this open for now, so we can get in and out, because we'll have to like mine this out and break down some walls and stuff here. So let's go ahead and do the orders. And we need to mine all of this. Like I said, we want to deconstruct this. And actually... Oh, this is stuff we have to mine, looks like. Okay. We went to mine. Let's just go ahead and mine this out also. Okay, so now we can get rid of all of this. Okay, join offer. Rodescio believes that she is happy at Greenhaven. She wishes to join you permanently. Bio. The nudist. Okay, well, the other stuff was not the worst, so yeah, we're gonna say yes. Accept the recruit. And let's look at the work that we have you doing. We didn't have any particular interests yet, which is totally fine. Just leaving you as hauling and stuff is actually okay. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, marble walls, we want to put a copy here. And obviously we want code copies there. And we do need some doors here. And here. Okay, who's major braking? Trogo. Why are you major braking? Awful barracks, darkness, tree felled, sweaty. Want tree herder apparel. A head wrap and a burqa. Okay. I don't have stuff for that. I'm sorry. And now he can do a conversion ritual again, it looks like. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to do Hitheron again. Let's go. And he just broke. Yeah, and that means his thing is gone and has to recharge. So yeah. There's that. Gotta love that, right? Basilius tried to convert lobster. Oh, yeah. Good luck to you. I think the next meme that we're gonna add is like proselytizer. So we'll see about all that. Oh. I realized whatever that was. Oh no, that was the stump. That was the stump. That's fine. And we do have the open doors, so let's go ahead and close this in. Still don't know what to do with the grave. This I want to reinstall. Why can't I move it down there? Why are me confused? You know what, let's move it up here. And in fact, we're going to start moving all this stuff up here. Technically a dining room, rec room, but right now I kind of need it to function as a piece for like making stuff and eating, which it seems like it's going to be okay with that. So and then obviously the board or whatever it is, you can just toss that right here for now. Alright, let's decide where we're going to put this grave so I can move that. I don't want to do cooking where there's literally a grave. At least it's not an open grave, but I mean, hopefully you guys get the reason I wouldn't want to do that. I guess these like corner rooms could technically be a good spot for that. Until we have a different purpose or use for them. So what I need to do is build a copy. I'm going to put it right here. And we'll let that happen. I don't know if those are just waving in the wind or if it's supposed to look hot. Okay. Just available. Outland Waste Pack Dump. I don't have a place to store those, so that's not going to happen, but... Awoken Mind... Lebby Tyronian of Esgalium has a special request. Someone has dumped an abundance of toxic waste packs near one of his settlements, and he is unable to safely store them. Yeah, me too. If you accept, Lebby will deliver 90 toxic waste packs by transport pod. If not kept frozen, they'll dissolve over time, polluting nearby terrain. Eventually, we'll plant Pollux trees, and that won't be a big deal because we can just grow them in the Pollux tree zone. But right now, that's a problem. Because I don't have a place to put them, really. Psychic Insanity Lance, Uranium, Psychic Soothe Pulsar, Gold, and Psylink Neuroformer. I mean, that would be useful, but it's like I don't have the facilities to do this, so unfortunately that's a no-go. This is a stump? Great. Let's chop that. In fact, there. That should get us some wood going. Okay, we now have a new grave, so we're going to assign a colonist. So if I open the container. Okay, so we can deconstruct this. And we can assign a colonist butcher now. Good. So someone go bury him, please. Thank you, Eater. Appreciate that. And who is this? Interesting. Lilius. Thanks for that. We have all of our people assigned to firefighting, so those get put out pretty quick. Honestly, letting a little bit of that area burn wouldn't hurt too much. Okay, so we had some sort of social fights. Go and Trogo. Hopefully they are fine. Are we cutting things? Oh. No? Why are we cutting things down? Was that a stump? That must have been a stump. Yes, fires can quickly get out of hand in a jungle. Like I said, this is kind of clearing the area out for us, so that's not a terrible thing, honestly. Chop that. chop that. The thing is, not all of this is listed as like home area. So they're only putting out the parts that are in the home area. Okay, so let's look at zones. We're going to expand the home area just a bit here. Everything inside of our wall should be home area. Including this. Okay. So now they should just go put out all of it, instead of letting little bits of it carry on. Okay, that's better. Okay, conversion attempt. Yeah, some wood, which is good. Most people are sleeping. Wow, we have like so very little food. And this is not ready. And this is not ready, so do another cycle of harvesting berries. I'm trying to hit the corners here. Oh crap. Berry bush. Okay. So now we have a room that's going to be the kitchen. And take down this stuff. And mine all these like temporary walls. And honestly, go ahead and take down these as well. And take down this because we don't use it. Whole area has been opened up, so we can take down all of this. And we take down these. Okay. And what we want to do, reinstall this up here. That'll do fine for now. And we need to build a new chair over here. Days is fine. You do your thing. Refugees leaving. Okay. So we picked up one person permanently from that, our little nudist friend here, which is okay. Alright, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where a door needs to go. Let's make that happen. And we are going to need another door across the way here. Right there. Major break risk on Violet. Oh, with Violet. Dirt. Looks like food is a thing she's going to want soon. It's actually good timing for the refugees to leave because, you know, the food is super duper low. Right, so hopefully she'll... I think once she's in the dark, she'll feel a little bit better. Yeah. Also, now that this person is a permanent person, let's slot their bed in up here. And then we'll leave the rest of these down here for now. Refugees leaving, quest completed. Yep, you're completely correct. We did finish that. Now let's build stuff here. We'll have to replace these walls, obviously, as soon as we can. Oh, she's sick. That sucks. Hey, the drum's done. We have a drum. Now we should probably move the ritual space. So we'll move that also. Because this is like fully outside now. But let's grab... Let's build copy. And we'll just stick that here. And then we'll reinstall this right here. Or, you know what? Cancel that. We'll reinstall this right here. And the meditation spot we'll put right there. And then we can get rid of this, and we can get rid of this. We can actually build a copy of the door right here as well. Take a break. Dangerously low on food. Don't I know it. Insulting spree. Just expired. How close are these? They're very close to being harvested. That's good. These likewise are getting close. This we can chop down. Oh, jeez. And Violet is downed. I fall back to her bed. I mean, she was on an insulting spree, so I kind of get why you would be pissed enough to just give her a good whack. So we do want that. Okay, Violet's feeling better, that's good. Now we've got some eggs, that's helpful. Oh, yes. And then let's switch back to marble. Probably where we need to focus. We still have some. But yeah, that's a good place to start. Alright, and then is this roofed? Where are the roofs? It is mostly. It is mostly. So let's... toss the, build the roof area right here. And it probably hasn't yet because these doors aren't done, so it doesn't recognize it as, like, being completely closed in just yet. But yeah. Also, all of this being under a mountain means this can kind of get attacked by insects, which is not ideal. Okay. Let's actually mine these out while I'm thinking about it. We can go ahead and replace them with marble. And then basically everything that's wood walls is that way because the soil under it doesn't support heavy structure. Okay, we have air conditioning. Wonderful. Don't need auto doors, don't need hydroponics yet. Advanced lights. What does that give us? Gives us floodlight, which I don't know if we really need all of that. Geothermal power obviously is probably one of the best things that we could go for, but like we need to up our level from Neolithic to be higher than that. So let's work on some of these lower level things, like the musical instruments. Although, if we do drug production, we can make penicillin. Well, you know what? Let's do noble apparel. Right? Yeah, let's just do it. Like I said, I need to do these lower level things so I can get into the industrial tech level, and that way people will, those higher level techs will cost less. Like this, I don't think they've done anything with yet. Quest failed. Somebody's breakout. Yeah, I didn't really do that. Every year on 2nd of August, the artists can have a special celebration. And Cell of Truth and Ritual Spot. So if I do that, I think I only have one person that's that religion. I don't think that's going to help anything, is it? Because no one else would attend. So we're just going to ignore that for now. But hey, for those of you watching, let me know if that is incorrect. Like, if that would get me development points or anything, I need them, so let me know. Alright, some of the rice is almost ready. Okay. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting on wood. I accidentally killed my G tree by roofing this area. So dumb. Or I would have wood by now. The Board of Covenant are passing by. That's nice. Get rid of this. Exotic goods trader. I mean, that's especially great when you're a higher tech level and you can get, like, genes and stuff. Right now, like, it might be good, it might not. I don't know if they have any, like, good stuff at lower levels. But we'll take a look. We have 20 silver. So, alright, so right now we have two adult female chickens, and one adult male chicken, and we want 5 of each, basically, so we can get rid of 3 females, or no, 2 females, so we have 3 more coming up, and we can get rid of 1 male. That gives us some silver to work with. We could also sell the rhino. I don't really use and don't really need. Good silver, so I'm going to do that. I could sell components, but I'm not going to do that because I kind of need them. Fast heal. Yeah, like there's so many good things that I would get. Beardless, fast heal, kill thirsty. Like fast healing in particular would be a great thing to grab if I had access to it. The jump packs, tech print also. Standardized book on research methods. The author's rhetoric in the abstract does not distract from the core concepts. That's good. So it boosts intellectual. There's handbook for taming. That's the book I have. Elbow blade, venom talon, immuno enhancer, tube television, telescope. We can get our telescope back. Finally. Let's do that. An extra source of recreation. So why the heck not? We've got 156 silver left. Not enough to get either of the training books, which honestly I think is okay. So we're going to accept that. We got a little bit of silver and our telescope, which for the time being we are going to set up out here, but not near the kill box side. Let's put this over on the G tree side. And we'll point it away from the base. Yeah, I can go right there. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. Let's put it somewhere closer for now. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to get used much. Yeah, like right there is good. So this can go away. Major break is lobster. What's wrong with lobster? All the mining. Insulted times 7. Yeah, that'll do it. Dang. Well, recreation unfulfilled. Go play a game or something. Yeah, he's gonna go play a game of Ur. Good. Okay. We don't have a butcher table yet. But I am slaughtering them so that we're not overwhelming this. Like, I don't want to have to feed them extra stuff. Okay, and what we want to do here, this is going to be the cooler. So I need to arrange this in such a way that it makes sense for what we're doing. So we're going to go to temperature. Okay, and these are a temporary thing for... Okay, nope. Cancel that. Because we are going to do... Yeah, because we want that wall there. And if we look at the roof thing, we can remove that space of roof. That's good. We're going to build a wall here and a wall here. So we'll unroof this, and then the heat will vent up, but this whole space will still be protected. That's kind of the idea. And then we want airlocks on all the door spaces. Okay, and then we're going to double wall this, obviously. I think that's got it. That's how all of that will look. And then we'll be doing furniture, shelves. I got nothing out of... We need to get some more wood in our inventory before I can place those. But yeah, we'll go ahead and let them build all of this. Oh, and just turn those off for now. And what we're going to do here is just deconstruct it for a minute. And go to zone. And remove roof. Right there. Oh, so I guess we don't need to remove that. There goes wandering sadly. Better than alternatives. So. Right here, caravan from Asgalium is leaving. Okay, bye, trade caravan. No! Oh my gosh, why? Cassandra, why do you hate me? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I mean, it's not like I can just stay inside. I've got all kinds of stuff to do. These last so long. Alright, some distant volcano or fire has begun spewing massive quantities of ash into the atmosphere. Love that. Ash in the atmosphere will obscure the sun, temperatures will drop, which is actually helpful for us, and plants will suffer for lack of sunlight. It could pass in a few weeks, or it might last many quadrums. I'm hoping, since it's relatively early game, that it's going to only last a few weeks. We're gonna see. And we're getting raided at the same time. They're attacking immediately, as they saw. Okay, so you are... You have a short bow, you're tribal. Impid, right? Yeah. And also Impid, and you're geared, short bow, Bible, close. Alright, well, let's wait for them to get a little bit closer. Honestly, right there is good. Go ahead and draft everyone who's not mentally breaking. And who is not a child. So Trogo is our normal person for standing in the center there. Her to go equip that. Volkai is going to stand right there. And Kagon obviously is going to be right here. Lobster right here. Thron right here. Leopard right here. That looks good. Right now when you have your club, great. Make your way over here. There we go. And I'm actually going to grab Lobster since she's cannot capture. Oh, no. I need a bed. I need to turn a space into a prison. I don't really have a space for that, do I? I do now. Okay, furniture. Sleeping spots right there. You are 4 prisoners. Okay, capture. What's your health? Death in 7 hours. Might be able to save her, actually. Since we're gonna go ahead and grab her right now. How's Olkai doing? Just a bruise, that's good. And I have no idea where the second person is at. Oh, they're running. Okay. So you guys can undraft. You can also undraft. Hey, a male psychic soothe. I will take that. Gladly. 8, 10. 15. Alright. Going to live. So let's look at this. So first thing we're going to do is convert. And then we'll work on recruiting. Now one thing I want to do, move a nice bed in here. So they don't have just a sleeping spot. And once that's moved in, we'll get rid of the sleeping spot and they'll be able to get into the bed. That'll be a little bit more comfortable. Colonist needs rescue. Oh, it's gotten food poisoning. Love that. Rescue Violet. Like, she's very sensitive. Needs rescued a lot. It seems. Holy crap. A limestone meteorite. We will eventually have to move that. Because it's in the way. But thankfully, didn't hurt anything right now. I was like, what the heck exploded? Alright, we're getting some food built up, that's good. We don't have the wood to cook it. Is why we need this guy. Which we haven't put anything into yet. Okay, Trogo is no longer wandering, that's great. Fiber corn should be on its way up. It's slow growing though. I mean, part of me just kind of wants to start cutting down trees inside the base, and you have access to these. Actually, this guy, which has been in the way forever, finally available. Pops those. It'll give us access to some more wood, which will be good. How close are these to being done? Oh, they are really close, actually. 93, 90. So we can make some fresh clothes for everyone soon. Let's look at the tailoring bench and get some bills ready for that. Oh. We have 9 colonists now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 7 adults, 2 children. Should probably make the kids stuff first. Just, you know, cuz. Okay, so I know we want... Obviously we want pants. And we want... button-down shirts. Where are those? Button-down shirts. Getting dusters is going to be a good thing. And then... oh, you know what? The plate armor... so cancel the dusters. I'm pretty sure the plate armor fills the layers that the duster would sit in. And then we have the simple helmets. But we are going to need some kid rompers for our kids. And actually, at our smithy here, we're going to want to make another kid helmet. And another simple helmet. And it looks like we're going to want more plate armor. Get 1, 2 more of these. Okay. Yeah, I know she's a nudist and is not going to want that stuff, but it's better to be safe than it is to be dead. So, that's that. Now let's go in here. And we're going to want to do this. Pants 6 times. Button-down shirts 6 times. Kid rompers twice. And specifically, no cloth, no wools, no leathers, no hyperweave, and no synth thread. Just double strand. And we're going to do that for all of these. Now, there's sometimes that I will open it up, like late game when I have access to hyperweave or thrombo fur. Those are good options. But right now, it's going to be double strand. Get some people to switch out their clothes, and that'll be a good thing. And once we have some access to clothes, we'll start making setting some, like, assigning some clothing priorities. Alright, that's right, Trogo is no longer freaking out about stuff. So let's do a conversion ritual. Well, and let's see who of our newbies has the lowest thing. Interestingly, Rodescu? So maybe do Rodescu. Okay, so we won't do a ritual, but we can do a conversion. Let's do that. Alright, looks like we have some wood again, just super briefly. I very much wish that the tree tree had not been cut down. Like, days after planting it. That was so frustrating. And, you know, we're on commitment mode, so it's not like I can reload it. One of those mistakes, you don't micromanage it and it just falls apart on you. Alright, I need some power. We need to get, like, a fueled stove, at least. Like, please. So let's look at a wind turbine. As a temporary thing here. Like, obviously it'll be out here, eventually. But yeah, like, even if I can just do this for now. Get some power conduit. We'll build one over here. Honestly, so we don't have to build a lot of conduit. Go to production, electric stove. And furniture. With a wooden dining chair. Okay. I think we have the stuff for it. Alright, we have electricity. So now we should also probably build a battery. So we can store some of that. This obviously is a super temporary setup. Okay. We have very limited access to electricity now, for which I am exceptionally grateful. I do know one thing I want to do is kind of divide this area a little bit so I can have a butcher table in here. Alright, so let's go here. We're going to copy to clipboard over here. We can paste. Yep. So we can actually completely deconstruct this, and we'll cancel this. Actually, you know what? Don't deconstruct it, but we're going to get rid of the bills and just leave it sit here. And we are going to that back. So that is basically... Oh. There, Glenn, hey. It's going well. How are you? Yeah, so we want to keep that just in case the power goes out, because it's super intermittent right now, obviously. And then we can still use the fueled stove if we ever need to, just to keep meals coming out. Good, I'm glad. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you. Yeah, you were on not the last Farm Sim stream, but the one before that. And obviously, you've been over on Discord, so definitely remember you. Alright, now we're cooking some meals, thankfully. We've got access to some more wood, which is great. And you can see, like, it already fueled up this stove, so I have access to it just in case the power goes out, but right now the electric's doing good. Stream's going well. Seems to be anyway. Just, got about a half an hour left trying to move my tribal civilization into a more stable kind of thing. So let's go royal apparel now. I'm never gonna make those. Let's do the harp. I think that's probably... Maybe do the great bow. Well, let's do the great bow. It's gonna be the best weapon I can get until I've got access to guns. Is this not getting any power? You're not connected to the grid, are you? Okay. I'm like, why is this not working? Yeah, I gotta connect some conduit to it. Yeah, I haven't given it some thought. It's definitely something I'd like to do eventually, but right now, I think I'm good with what I have. Just giving the channel a chance to get revved up a little bit first before I dive into all that. And we got simple helmets. Yeah, you're gonna have to go for that. Well, let's let her finish the construction thing first. Yeah, he grabbed it on his own. I thought he might. There we go. Now this is charging, so we have a little bit more reserve in case this like just drops out on us. That's nice that we're able to cook some meals. Alright, so now let's go ahead and pre-install conduits. Over here. Actually, I think it'll reach... Let's allow these. We're not going to turn them on until we have doors, obviously. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we're getting there. We really just need more wood. Like that's kind of our holdup right now. And I don't know that we have any components. We have one. And we do have a bunch of steel though. Steel's not a problem. Next time a trader comes through, we might have to grab components, because each of these needs 3. We have the steel for all of them, but we don't have the components for any of them. And obviously, like, that's not ideal. Okay. So yeah, everyone has a simple helmet. Most people have some kind of plate armor. A couple of wood ones got through before I switched it to only steel. Roduscio, are you getting Okay, no. Helmets do not affect nudity, apparently. Like, totally fine wearing a helmet, I guess. Who knew? Okay, so see, like, there's no wind. This is not turning. But we do have some backup power, so this is still operating. Until the wind starts blowing. So, that's why the batteries are important. We can have people eating meals instead of raw food. And then they're getting sick less often, and less often they're getting sick, then, you know, the better their mood is going to be, because no one likes to be sick. And there's less stuff to clean up, like it's just a whole thing. Corn plants are almost done, that's good, because we need some more food to cook. That was a weird sound. Honestly, I have no idea what that was. These tree stumps. Yeah. Okay, so we still have tree stumps selected. We're just waiting for people to harvest them. What's this? Yeah, let's have someone take the short bow out of the prisoner's bedroom. Oh, and also, let's destroy the sleeping spot. What are you doing? Can you go ahead and... You won't haul. Kevin... I need you to remove the short bow, please. And thank you. Man, it's dark. Oh, probably because of the volcanic winter. It slows down the crop growth, but it doesn't completely stop it, thank goodness. I just need it to go away. And then this... Yeah, it doesn't seem to hurt that too bad, which is good. And like when they cut the stumps, it still sounds like a an actual tree getting cut down, which is so distressing. But yeah, it's just the stumps, thankfully. And really, we're just waiting for everything to get made. Okay, Trogo can do a convert again. So where is she? Now, are we ready for the ritual? No. 2 days from now, but I don't want to forget. We really need to start converting all these people to our ideal religion. Okay, these don't hurt each other. Thank you. Got the major break risk. Trogo. Why is it always Trogo? Like, what's your problem? High expectations. Yeah, it's because of his position. Well, that's not ideal. I mean, like, I'll get him this stuff if I can, but right now it's just not possible. Yeah, we've come a long way. We started with just this in the stream, so having an actual dining room, and, you know, multi-purpose space at the moment, but we'll expand on that some. Having a place where we're cooking food, where we're storing food, and a place that we might be able to, like, refrigerate food soon. That's a big thing. What can I possibly do to, like, make you happier? You're in pain. Why are we in pain? Oh, because you stupidly had a social fight with someone. Eat raw food, awful barracks, darkness, unsightly environment, slept in the heat. I know you want tree herder apparel, it's just not possible yet. Trapped indoors. There's an animal killed, animal slaughtered. Yeah, see, like, I need to turn that stuff off too. She injured? Yes. Okay. That's someone passing by. That's not bad. Like, that's great. We're getting lots of wind. Giving us power. Power lets us cook. Cooking is good. We're a merchant. I do believe we have bows and stuff that we need to get rid of. You have a weapon, you have a weapon, you have a weapon, you have a weapon. You do not seem to have a weapon for whatever reason. Let's do a shooter. It's the short bow for you. Kevin has a weapon. Violet needs a weapon. She's the little clubber. You have a weapon. And you need it. No, you have a weapon. Okay. So besides those two, we'll be able to sell anything. Okay, Leopard's having a tantrum. Hopefully we can trade before he goes nuts too. The one thing I want to do is get rid of these tox grenades. Probably won't ever use them, so that's just silver for us. If it's not equipped, we don't need it. True, the jade knife as well. Steel knife, steel knife. Sell components, but I don't want to sell herbal medicine. And I've got a bunch, so we should do that. So let's sell 219. That'll do. And gold, I want to keep the gold that we have. The trebleware, strand veil. I could buy a recurve. Get a steel breach axe. We could buy pemmican. We're gonna need to buy something because I'm selling more than he has money to buy. So Mostly like tribal wear. Looking to see if they had a burqa, but it doesn't look like they do. Could grab the recurve bows. Those will be better than the short bows we're using. And the steel breach axe also is like a great option. Might as well grab that. And let's grab as much pemmican as we can grab. And we still need to... So we'll just sell them less medicine, I guess? Okay, that should do. Alright, so who do I want to have the axe? Let's see who has the best melee. That has an interest in it. Okay, Kagon has a 5, but he's not as interested in melee as he is in shooting. Leopard, same. Kevin, no interest in any combat. Okay, Violet is, strictly speaking, a melee person. So that's an option. Alright, Violet it is. Steel breach axe. Hithron has a recurve already. Using melee for now. Kevin likewise is using melee, but we could switch him to shooting. I would love to give one to Leopard, but she's being retarded right now. He has a gun. Trogo is melee for the moment. Honestly, let's switch Trogo to ranged. And lobster. Move this. Honestly, don't know where the other bow is. They may have picked it up already. Yeah. So that's going to be for Leopard whenever she's done doing what she's doing. Go equip the recurve, please. Okay. So now, Lobster has a short bow. So if anyone has no particular interest in melee, we're going to switch them to ranged. Especially the kids. So yeah, you're going to grab a short bow. Okay, we don't have any more bows. You have a bow. You have an axe because you like melee. Okay, so we need a short bow for Kevin. And a short bow for Olokai. So let's see if Trogo can trade with these guys again. Maybe, possibly... Oh, here you are. I now have a bunch of silver. And I can use... Somehow they got another great bow. And we can grab the flame bow, I guess? Still better than a short bow. And now these melee weapons that we have laying around, we can just get rid of those. Steel Ikwa. Okay, and it'll take 151 silver, but that's fine. So, okay. and grab the recurve, wherever that ended up. Trying to see it on the ground here. Okay, so Kevin is going to grab... Well, who has a short bow? Any adults have short bows? Okay, Lobster. So Lobster can grab the flame bow. And like I said, Olkai can grab the recurve. Oh, it's a great bow, not a recurve. Sorry. Still better than a short bow. Okay, and then Kevin can grab short bow, wherever that ended up. One of them had a short bow. I don't know, we'll just wait for it to end up in the... Oh, here we go. Yep, Kevin can equip this. And there we go. So I guess we can trade with him again and just sell those 2 maces that everyone has dropped at this point. A steel club and steel club. Oh. And that's that. Alright, I think that came out pretty good. I have 952 silver. Everyone who's not actually passionate at all about melee has a ranged weapon, which is also good. Oh, are we harvesting Devil Strand? Yes, we are. Okay, so now let's look at the clothing assignments. Manage apparel policies. So we're going to create a new one. I don't want to adjust anything that's already in here. Apparel policies 6. I wonder if we can rename that. Just gonna do standard garb. Okay, so obviously quality wise, we're gonna do any quality right now. But once it is once it's 0 to 50 hit points, we're gonna get rid of it. Smeltable is fine to wear, non-smeltable is fine, burnable is fine, non-burnable is fine, bio-coated is not really useful to us, and tainted definitely not. So we're going to start just disabling everything, and we're going to look at headgear first. Right now we're all wearing simple helmets. I think we're going to keep that. Aha, but that would be under armor. Simple helmet. Okay. And weirdly, normal clothes are under miscellaneous. I don't know why. Doesn't make sense to me. But we are going to wear button-down shirts. And we are going to wear pants as our preferred clothings. And that will get... Oh, and then armor. We're going to wear plate armor right now, because that's what we have access to. Yeah, there we go. So that's standard garb. And then we want to make a new one also for kids. Okay. Standard kids garb. And we're going to do the same thing. Bio-coded, non-bio-coded. Oh wait, non-bio-coded is fine. Bio-coded is what we don't want. And tainted. You can't even wear it if it's not bio-coded to you, so I guess this is fine. Just don't want tainted. No headgear. Yeah, we're just going to turn everything off. Go into armor, headgear. We want a kid helmet. That's really only armor they can wear and miscellaneous. We want the kid romper. And that's it. We're going to assign that to everyone. We're also going to jump into this and fix this bit here. And yeah, there's utility stuff we can add later. But right now, that's going to be the standard. And we're going to go into everyone. Standard garb for everyone. Except the kids who will get the standard kid garb. Like Kevin, standard kid garb. Violet, standard garb. Standard garb and standard kid garb. Okay. And it is just about that time. So we're going to go ahead and let this run for like a second. Wait for this message to go away. Love to see people starting to wear devil strand, because that's amazing. And we're going to have some nude people while they wait for clothes, which I kind of forgot was going to be a problem. Oh crap, okay. I hate this so much. Okay. Just anything. Everyone wears anything. Like, why did they take off their armor? That doesn't make any sense. Everyone go put your clothes back on, please. Okay. Kevin ended up naked instead of this person. I mean, like, we should have her drop all of that stuff. Kevin can go grab that stuff. Like, she's a nudist, he's not. Major break risk, Trogo, always Trogo. Alright. So War Merchant, we've done everything we do. We have a quest. We'll read this real quick, and then we'll probably call it a night. So a mysterious message has arrived. It seems it was transmitted by a machine persona that refuses to name itself. They always do. The message asks that you build a very specific monument. The monument is a 3x7 in size and will require these resources. Any of metallic, woody, stony, 120. That's not too bad. Construction must be completed within 15 days of accepting the task. After completion, you'll have to protect the monument for 25 days. Okay, this is what I'm used to. The last one didn't ask for this. And yeah, we'll activate... Okay, if any piece of it is destroyed, the enforcement system will activate a mech cluster that will come kill us, basically. We have Psychic Shock Lance. Pain Stoppers are good, but I can't really install them yet. Mind Screw, Knee Spike, and with a small sculpture. Honestly, the risk of this right now is just not worth even messing with that. So we're just going to leave that alone. And the rewards aren't that great. Okay, so this is where we're at. We've got this one section built. We have a prisoner that we're working to convert. How is that going, by the way? Slowly. We do have food. We're cooking meals. We have a little electricity. We're making Devil Strand clothes. yeah, we're making some progress here. But that is all the time that we have for tonight, so thank you guys for watching. We're going to go ahead and save and quit. And I bid you all adieu. And we will see you this coming Saturday for some Minecraft. Alright, have a good night, guys.